what spurred you to want to have social change? Because I see how you get to, using, film to do that. But where did this come about? Was this something you experienced as a child that you were like, I'm passionate about social causes, and this is just a vehicle, which I'm blown away by, that this is a vehicle that you're using to impact the world and to impact change. But where did that desire come from?
So when I was 3, I told my aunt that I was an old soul. So I'm going to start with that as, some context, whether you believe in past lives or old soul or whatever, which I do. I think that contributes to, the depth of my feelings about justice and social justice and how the world is and improving the lives of people and trying to ameliorate suffering, or at least it's worth it to me somehow. And my father would say that I came out saying everything was unfair and that somehow I had a real sense of justice, like I have had like a justice through line, in a big way. And I was not quiet about it. And I think, I found ways, I'll give you an example. In high school, I had a friend who was an incredible leader. He was an All-American soccer player. He was incredibly smart, African-American. And we sort of connected, and we went to the history department in our high school and fought to try to change the Eurocentric nature of the history that was being taught. And we were not received well, and so I think that I had some connection to these larger issues and the suffering of other people and sort of this. And listen, I'm Jewish. And, I think sometimes Jewish people don't want to talk in these days, especially about our own history of, oppression, being hunted down, right. Those kinds of things. So what I mean to say about that is 2 things. One is that it's in my DNA as a Jewish woman. 2, I identify very strongly with that ethnically. And there's something in the Jewish religion called tikkun olam, which means repair the world. And so I was raised, I would say ethnically, with the notion that you provide service. You have to care. You have to care about people. You have to care about the world. You have to never forget what has happened to Jews over time. We're not religious, by the way, like at all. My spirituality comes from something completely different. But ethnically, I'm very identified with being Jewish. And so culturally, I would say I grew up around a lot of people doing service, nonprofit work, who just, it was sort of understood that you were supposed to care.